All right, everyone, I'm starting another episode with another battle. It's the battle that I believe we saw at the tail end of the quasi-marathon episode that preceded this. Anyways, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. But the battle is, well, it's going on. It's about to start. It's been going on for a while. It's the second day, but we haven't actually got to really any fighting of consequence. And so, give you a breakdown, we should have a numerical advantage. That's the theory. Uh, in practice, it's not exactly like that. So we have two divisions. The CSA has one. We actually started out with the only victory point, but we had to give it up because only my HQ, my core HQ, was holding it. Everybody else came in from the southwest part of the map. And that is the division that you see here. On the second day, the other division, I guess it's Curtis's division, they arrived and they've been slowly making their way over. When they get here, we should have more than a 2-to-1 advantage. I don't know. I doubt that the AI knew that. But as I was positioning the first division that I thought was going to take a little bit longer to get there, the AI decided they were going to launch an attack against the group that I've put in the tree line. And so I'm bringing you in, about to hit play, and we're going to see how this plays out. We can actually even bring Hicks's cav over here and kind of become my left, although that is actually commanded by Curtis. Some of the artillery that was here, part of, I guess it's Quinby's battalion, unfortunately, they missed some orders to fall back. But that's all the preface I think you need. We can just go ahead and hit play. You can see it's about 1:15 in the afternoon here on day 2. On the top line, yeah, we're losing, but, you know, this should be one that would be decided by the battlefield, not the victory points. Famous last words, but they are mine. And all we have to do here is hold. If we hold with this division, we should have ample reserves coming up to be able to deal with that division. Has no reinforcements expected. Nothing like that. We don't need to keep moving Couch back, honestly. We can move him up there. I don't know. Maybe the CSA is now thinking better of that attack, but yeah, I don't love my battery positioning here, but because if those crops are up, and they are showing as up, I would think that by early November, a lot of that would have been done. Prime and load, boys. Alright. That's the... yeah, skirmishers can skirmish. See, Augur is kind of here in reserve. I don't know that he has to be. But you know what? If we ain't broke, I'm not going to try too hard to fix it. We'll bring skirmishers from all over to try to address this. Somebody's got line of sight to something. That makes zero sense, unless that was just counterbatted by something. I have no idea what that was. Maybe there's a prankster in our midst. Yeah, because it looks like the artillery's lining up here. So as usual, I'm not well, I shouldn't say as usual, I'm not sure what the AI is doing. I think it does a very reasonable job, as I've tried to tune it. An ongoing work in progress here, but... Alright, that was definitely friendly artillery that came in over the top. And, you know, if you've got the mod, some War of Rights, right? But, if you got the camera mod to do it, do it. It's the easiest mod in the world. also probably the one I've heard more requests for than anything else, which is fine. Rip Polk. Yeah, it's just a bad place to be. I saw that shell fly through. That's still... I'm very easily amused. Alright, well, Polk is running. I hope the rest of the regiments in his brigade kind of take stock of that. And the quandary is, if they wait, things get much worse for them. If they go forward, well, good luck. We'll see what happens here. Crittenden's kind of sticking out like a sore thumb, so I'll move him back. I don't want to actually lose a real regiment. I think I'm going to put you all on pause because I want to try to commit to only keeping you in here or having you in here when it's, you know, something, as I and Grand Tactician go, some sort of actions going on. But I don't think this is that. It's not even going to be a good artillery duel, so I'll bring you back when I have something to show you. All right, so almost everybody is in position here. Honestly, it's kind of just the brigade and division commanders that are bringing up the rear here, but it appears that we're ready to go. I did not check the condition of the men. Yeah, see, unfortunately, they're not all tired. In fact, most of them are like pretty reasonable. At least I think reasonable enough to get an attack going. How is this still happening? Well, I haven't... And what happened there? I haven't had time off camera yet to equip everybody with the better rifles, because we went pretty much right into this next battle after we did a little bit of campaigning at the end of the last episode. But I think it's time to launch the attack. My goodness, man. This is just... I don't think this is right. I mean, some of this looks right, like with the Mississippis and stuff, but it just seems like there's way too many that have mixed muskets. Anyways, that has nothing to do with you. And now you're like, why do we need to know this? You don't. But I think for Shof, we put him there. The esteemed village is going to go there. McCook, Cav guy, is going to move up there. And Augur is going to continue to play the role. All right, so village has the boys moving. All right, I'd like Shof to go first, and then Augur just to kind of come and play reinforcement. Hurlbut's brigade is in the right place, that they can actually also advance up the road here and defend villages left. All right, well, if they're at least moving, I'm going to move Augur up here. And Hurlbut, we're going to move up here. And the last two brigades, which are going to come up the west side of the Lebanon Turnpike and deal with whatever's back here, we're going to wait for them to get their HQs up, and then we should be able to have them move out. We can kind of see with our Cav. I just wanted to make sure I was somewhat certain of where their, well, it'll be their right, my left is, but as long as that's the case, I'm good to go. Yeah, no sense in getting routed just because we ran past, so. Could certainly send skirmishers up here. Alright, and if more of them left skirmishers behind, we're actually just going to recall them. In fact, I think I'm going to recall all the skirmishers. Because they don't seem to always keep their... They usually don't seem to keep their relative position in front of their brigades, so we might as well at least add their numbers to the line. Look at that. And look, the AI, I think for their part, I mean, they should probably fall back a little bit faster, and I've done it a little bit sooner, but... Let's see, 1600, so what is that, 4 p.m. November. We probably got a little bit of fighting left here. So they're going to press up there. We should have, yeah. All right, well, Pope is... I don't think this is going to go terribly well. Because we have to move through the woods. They seem like they were the last 2 brigades to get ready. So I'm actually going to maybe move them further to the left than I should. And where is Augur? He did, yeah. Real slow progress getting out of there. There we go. This is, by the way, I believe another net battle for Nashville, is that right? Cumberland Swing Bridge? Maybe I have the location wrong. I don't know if I zoomed to it on the strategic map before I took the battle. Not doing that is definitely something I would do. Alright. You're moving up there, that's right. Alright. Hurlbut. Yeah, I know. Cav does not like getting shot by artillery. Like, especially does not like getting shot by artillery. Hopefully we can get over the shock of it. Captain Alexander Stewart. Okay. They should be able to put out skirms who deal with this. Where are they? There they are. Yeah, move them up. So they're gonna do the into the woods thing. All right, then we're gonna send Hicks up, and we're gonna try to put an end to that. so they may run. Who got killed? Lawler? Yikes. I'd prefer to have my skirms deal with it. It being, of course, the artillery. I don't mind my line infantry going up and teeing off with theirs, but I guess Nathaniel Banks doesn't like that. Do they have anything? They don't have much left in that. In those woods. Not that's healthy. Yeah. And they're about to, they're about to realize, uh-oh. Is there really even... I guess there's maybe a regiment or two I hadn't seen earlier. They should be retreating soon, I would... Okay, well. Right on time. Ooh, Walter Lane. We'll see if... Hicks gets a message here and can engage these guys. Well, Forney's done. He's going to be done on lost resilience. They actually had several regiments back here, I guess, that were healthier than I thought. Alright, let's go take some of this artillery, considering I lost some. Actually, I think some of this might be mine from earlier. I think, yeah, Quimby is the artillery, but can't detach skirmishers. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll move them up. Didn't even need them. A lot of troops we didn't need this time. Actually, those might be my guns. But anyways, it doesn't matter. All right, you don't need to be here for this. All right, what's the deal? 252 of the enemy killed, 226 of us killed, so not too much different. And I guess it's just north of Nashville. I would still treat it as another Battle of Nashville. So that has to they have to disentangle themselves. Unless there's anything to show you, I'll probably put you back on pause. I didn't forget about this. I just, at the end of the last episode, I just wasn't really sure what was going to happen with it. I know Rousseau's coming down. Kilpatrick, I think, belongs to the 6th Corps, but he is just... he has been a dog when it comes to readiness, so... I don't know, maybe if his cavalry was there to give him better intelligence. I don't know. But I'm thinking of putting you on pause so that I can actually equip the small arms I have with some of the troops. I mean, if we take Richmond here, and it looks like... are these all retreating forces? No, they're marching. I mean, there's 2 divisions there. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't like that it did fall. Can I move back? No. So it is a quandary, right? I guess this is technically friendly territory. And so I'll move Cox Jr. back. I'll move Wadsworth back. I think those 2 should still get some benefit from the supply depots that are here, but they'll also be on friendly territory. And it should lessen the demands here for the supplies coming out of the Fredericksburg depot, but are we actually... oh, so they're just going to straight retreat. So there wasn't actually a fight there. All right, then that feels to me like a pretty good place. You get... wait, it said the president fled, but he hadn't even been provisionally elected yet. So you go ahead and figure that one out, and then I'll put you on pause. But Enfielded, blah blah blah. Yeah, their national morale is not feeling great at the moment, but I will spend some time off camera also, not in this episode, but another time, at least getting their OOBs and stuff ready. Yeah, I haven't forgot about the naval thing either, so all that when we return, but we got to spread out some of these small arms. Oh boy, that took a minute. So I've exhausted all the small arms and artillery I have. Artillery is almost done, cav is done, at least for the numbers that I have. So that's all fine. All right, you 2 are not ready to leave yet. We got some naval action. I swear to goodness, there used to be a fort here. Hey, was there... am I hallucinating this? Isn't there supposed to be a fort here? I have no idea what happened to that. I swear there was, because I would always get here and I had to like micro around it so I didn't accidentally run into it, but it may be at the point where I've just played this game too much for too long and I'm starting to imagine things that were never in the game. Ugh. A sign I should move on. But anyways. Alright, 6th Corps is doing this thing. Look, for role-playing reasons and, you know, I'm all about that. We'll put 6th Corps HQ back there. I don't think that actually did... yeah, so I don't like this. I do not like this at all. And I can't send him... oh, I can send him here. I have no idea why. I guess it's because they're only orange and not worse than that. Okay, well, that's a little bit better then. Yeah, they're going to be out of action for a while. Kilpatrick is actually now relatively good. All right. The, what number corps is this? Is it second? Second, yeah. They're doing pretty good on armaments, I know. Anyways, the layout in most of these corps now, it's usually 60% have Springfield rifle muskets, like something better than mixed muskets or Springfield muskets. The other 40%, and I think in the case of the 6th Corps, maybe 60%, might have mixed muskets and Springfields. But hopefully by March or April, we'll be able to get those percentages who have better than mixed muskets or Springfield muskets up, and those who are still fighting with them down. That's not that great. I kind of wanted to push this back even further. All right, the intel is that those are relatively small groups. So if that's true, we're gonna try to push them. I know Lion here needs his beauty rest, but I'm gonna move 3rd Corps HQ up here. That's fine. This is going to take a while, right? The kind of rebuilding phase here. That 4th Corps just had a rough time. No, they snuck into Louisville somehow? Well, that's just stupid. If that's true, that's stupid. Then why didn't they take the supply depot? Well, I guess I'll find out, but so hold on, how good are you? You're that good? Can I actually put Curtis on a train and then send him to Louisville and see if investigate this for me, buddy. See if that's true. Projects. Policies, but yeah, if we don't have, okay, so it's confiscation. Actually, confiscation's almost on projects. Admin, okay, farm mech, thank you. Propaganda's almost there. Improved credit rating is going to be a ways off. Civ order, that's the other one I'm really looking at this point. All right, so there's really nothing happening there. And yeah, if Gerard is going to be the only division here, we can probably get him up. Maybe move Gibbs down. Not too sure about that. Not loving the idea of losing that supply depot. I'm also not loving the idea of losing Louisville. Or do I send Burns down here? Well, maybe anybody who can move. But somebody will get there. I'm sorry, Curtis's division. What are you doing? Is the railroad really that far away? It probably is. But I don't think I should subject you all to too much more of this. Yeah, I mean, we can try to do the Port Royal thing. So we have to, yeah, we have to take Fort Walker. What kind of condition are we? Okay, steam frigates needs to go back. Rest of this is okay. Send you in. How are you? Honestly, you probably shouldn't go in. We can use a lot of those ships for blockade duty. Don't want to lose a full-on frigate. Yeah, I guess we'll just send in the ironclads. We'll do that. Okay, we'll send that in. Atlantic Squadron, you can hang back a little bit, I guess, and then maybe we'll put you in port and try to get you fixed up once that's over. Are they actually going to attack here? That's all I want to know. It is notable that we got to Richmond and then we had to pull back, and yet they haven't taken it. They haven't retaken it. Notice that they got their men fielded back pretty quickly, though. Our national support is dropping for reasons I don't know how my finances are still triple C minus. I mean, my deficit is not that bad. I mean, at this rate, over the course of a 4-year war, it would only be just $1 billion. I know at this time $1 billion was a lot of money, but what? A 1v1? Well, man, if you stayed around this long, yeah, this is kind of consequential. Yeah. All right, let's do it. I have received better news to start a round. So we're starting pinned against the side of the map, and we have to go for a 7-pointer. That's a little odd. Okay, it's actually there. So that's 8 and 10 is 18. So either that 7-pointer and what? Any other point or 3 other points? If I were them, I don't know. I would be very happy I was them. That's how I would be. So I think I'm just gonna do some scouting, find out where they are, and think about how to do this. I'm not loving the idea of have to attack over a choke point here, right? Which they can still use the railroad and the fences and stuff, and so that's gonna go poorly. The really roundabout way is probably a terrible idea, and it's not gonna produce a better result. And so it's a question of, do we come down this road here and come up from Crawford's Mill? In which case they'll get a creek. We've decided to take it, plus other entrenchments as they want. But we can threaten the 5-point, the 3-point. You can also get back here. You can come over. There is a stone wall here, which is actually really good for them if they pull back further. Where is that 3-pointer? So it's up there. Yeah, I mean, maybe we want to get up to here and just find out what our options are and go from there. But I'll bring it back when I have something to show. Well, this is interesting. It's not great, but they deployed up here. And now they've split their force. They sent half of it over here. I've sent most of my force through the woods here. So I think we have a pretty safe path if we want to grab that 5-pointer. In fact, as I say it, I've convinced myself of the idea. I don't know if it's a good one, but we can certainly try for that. Do you have new orders? No. I mean, they may just try to redeploy here and then push down from the creek. I don't know. You can see that my force is already kind of spread out a bit. You know what? On second thought, we might just have to call you scouts back. Yeah, this is really not where we want to be taking a fight. Definitely don't want to be fighting them if they have the stone wall. So I'm going to put you back on pause. I don't think I love that idea. It looks like they're going to concentrate here before I am able to do anything about it. Here we know that we want our artillery probably here. But I'm once again impressed with how fast the AI. I mean, as soon as I saw them, I was like, I should pull back. They got down here immediately, and they're on me. So looks like we'll get out for now. Well, if we have action, I'll certainly keep you here for the action. But I guess we started, and then I guess because I was looking at him, I made him nervous, and that's the reason they're not pulling back any further. Okay. Then we will go for plan B, which I don't love, but I don't want to take, I mean, we might get shot first, but at least if we're dismounted loose formation, some of us might be in the woods. I don't know. But that's going to be a rough spot there. Oops, we're zooming in and out a bit too much. Okay, we want that 1st Brigade right up here. I wonder, is that Matt Eccles from Chickamauga? Oh, John Eccles. Okay. Well, it's a little something to watch. Not getting any cover. I'd still, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. I think my cav are just going to have to eat it. Okay, Burns, you got to move, man. I don't know what's wrong with this artillery, but it's got to move. Well, we broke Eccles in nearly record time. It is getting a little late in the day, right? 1500 hours, it's 3 o'clock or so. Oh, we're at 2x. All right, so maybe that firefight was going on for quite a while. So I don't know if this is actually a problem because they're bunched up, but I guess I'll be a little bit more of a gentleman to them. I don't know why Scammon is nervous, but they had a big morale. Yeah, it was at 32 for them. It's down a little bit, but it's not bad. Why on earth are these guys concerned? Casualties? I mean, they're kind of high, but not like they were for others. Oh, I didn't know they were fighting 2 infantry regiments. So they've already dispatched an infantry regiment and the cav one. The cav one's big for the morale damage. Okay, so I think we're going to end up breaking just because. Yeah, just there's too much kind of going against us, but we also put a hammering on Herbert, and so I don't know that he'll be around for that much more fighting, so that bodes well for us. And if you can do it, right? Why not do this? Oh! Maybe they'll stabilize. But Herbert's casualty, the rate of new casualties is slowing down. You can see the reinforcements, and ours are, well, you know, I was going to say they're not close, but, you know, with the exception of the artillery, that's not exactly true. I think, unfortunately, Scammon is going to rout, but look, Scammon himself, 4 stars, the unit, 3 stars. In this battle, they've done work. Win, lose, whatever, we should... Scammon should get some sort of acknowledgement here. It's such... I think that's cool. I think it's cool. I don't know if those guys went to lay down and they just got whatever, but I think if I tried to move them, they would probably show their backs. Doesn't look like, yeah, the actual fallback thing is not going to work, so that's not cool, but right, so 1st Brigade is here. I don't know why their HQ is so far back. Brooks is so far back. Can I move him up? Okay, so Scammon finally broke, but again, I think he did great damage. And again, it's only 90, it's 91 casualties. He could come back. He was not shot through his lost resilience. And so, while it's not likely, it is possible he'll come back. Let's see here. 3:30-ish in the afternoon. Brooks, buddy, you gotta move, man. Okay, you guys gotta get up here as well. All right, we're gonna miss some fighting. We don't want to miss fighting. Oh, this is what happens, man. We're slow on the draw here. Okay, let's give ourselves in angle. I think a lot of you are obscured by the house there. Shoot the one on that horse. Vessels? All right. Brooks's brigade is there. Let's just move them up. I have no idea if that is correct. I mean, if they're actually standing in front of the stone wall, I don't know what else to say, but it's not our problem. Okay. That's all good stuff. Burns himself is here. You know where a cab went? Alright, Scammon. And Scammon is there, but he's not doing great. Can we rally? Dudes are on the porch. Wounded. Wonder what it looks like from this angle. Still looks pretty cool. You didn't have motion sickness before? You're welcome. All right. Where on earth do you think you're going? Just why? What like, why on earth? Did any of that seem like a good idea? Yeah, I was thinking, like, at a certain point, just go back to shooting. We don't have to have a perfect angle, but There we go. I don't know what this is. This is still the thing I have not figured out how to mod away. Just get the AI to expand its front more often, stop blocking its own line of sight, and I think I would be even more challenged than I am now. And if you've been watching the campaign, there've been a number of battles where I've outnumbered the AI, and I've lost. I mean, I've come close to losing. If you're wondering why I do the successive lines, like 3 in the front, 2 in the back, it's just my thing. There's a little bit of it's not really historic roleplay, but I guess by 1863, this has kind of been the standard Union formation. Though it wasn't clear to me if this is at the brigade level, at the divisional level. The 2 lines in the CSA tended to operate as one, or if I've just been misinformed. But, you know, ain't all that's possible. But see, like, this regiment could be here or here. They could all be back on this stone wall, which is what I dreaded. And others might be there, but they're not right now. Nathan Kimball. Alright. The next wave is right about where it should be. I was worried about this one. I thought that, you know, slight numerical advantage, but terrain that was on their side, a map that was on their side, it was more than enough to come back from. And it was earlier in this campaign where I had a much greater manpower advantage and just got absolutely walloped crossing this field. And the CSA was dug in back here. Anyways. Okay, Torbert. My goodness, that artillery is slow. I mean, they should be chugging along. Alright, so from what I'm seeing, let's move Wessels there, and then we'll move Heyman up as the reserve brigade. And let's just watch it, right? We're here. We got our 3D graphics mod. We're watching it in 60 FPS thanks to lossless scaling. You get to do it in 1440, or at least that's how I'm doing it and recording it and uploading it. Let's enjoy what we got here. It's autumn. It's a nice day. Sarge, I'm scared. Just shoot it out. No, really, just shoot it out. It's okay. Ooh. Oh, what's going on here? Don't just reload, shoot. I guess you could reload without shooting. Or I guess in those cases you would just be loading. Alright, let's continue marching up and not dwell on the consequences of all that. Alright, sure, we can advance like that. Yeah, you know you're moving there. Burns, you're actually in an okay position. Is this the... Did one of them just like seize the guns and then fire it point blank? That's... Oh, no, we took it and... Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah, so this is not... Not a victory point up here. Looks like they're retreating. I don't know. If we don't get any action, put you on pause. Because why, right? All right, maybe it's a situation of why. Yeah, so I thought they might withdraw, and they just kind of pulled back until nighttime came, and then they withdrew. So it looks like they're going to skedaddle out of Louisville. Hopefully we don't crash. And so, yeah, maybe well, we'll find out what the casualties are when we get the papers here. But again, the important thing is we didn't gotta notch another win there on the strategic map. We get to hold Louisville. We shouldn't lose. Yo, Scammon absolutely deserves that. And more. But anyways, that's how that one ended. Right. Papers tell us 119 of them killed, 40 of us killed. Is what it is. And it is a win. I thought that attack was originally going to be Polk. I guess it's only Polk's command. Alright. Curtis, you may stop. You may stop. Because that's going to play out. We're going to win that, and then we're going to turn... Who is this? And I know I just fought a battle with you, but... I feel like we should send Burns back here, but maybe not. But that was the action. Also, scaling junked out on us again. All right, back, so it should be smoother now. This pocket, if this intelligence is correct, has been here for a while. It's been a pain. Look, Curtis. Oh, I see it now. 5th Corps, you can move. Well, Gibbs, you can try to get there. I doubt you will, but maybe you will. Otherwise, Gerard, good luck to you. Says the Division of Florida, 7,000. You know, if we got to fight on the defensive, might be okay. But looks like we're gonna have another battle right away. 5th Corps is there. Actually, I don't know if 5th Corps, if I move the Corps HQ up, I'm not sure if we'll be able to drag either Gibbs or Curtis in. If we can, great. Now, this is weird. What's going on with the Division of Florida? Did they just have to auto-retreat? They did. They did have to auto-retreat. Well, I'm not sad about that. I think I might send Curtis back to the supply depot. How is that possible? How is that where Walker ends up? What can I throw at him? See, that's a pretty good position. I don't know if we're going to be able to cross this. Try foot cav out west, this far west. I mean, we could try it. I would be surprised if much comes of this. I think that's going to be a very rough crossing. We're doing it? Are we doing it? We did it. I mean, we look like we should slaughter them, right? They're not even really division. I mean, they're both like half divisions. So I'm definitely put you on pause for this one. This one feels like they're gonna just pull out, maybe instantly, or maybe when they get cornered and they have an opportunity to withdraw, they're probably just gonna withdraw.
Any word from the commander?
So for reasons I cannot understand, it's this corner of this map. This is a few episodes ago. We had I think it was the exact same situation, but we didn't have this kind of numerical advantage. Yep, they're ahead, though they didn't move up to the 5-pointer. Have a morale advantage, but man, do they have a manpower disadvantage. So anyways, we kind of know where they are. I assume once I move up to the 5-pointer, they're just kind of stuck. I mean, they got to come forward because they're going to lose on other considerations, but we're not in a huge rush here to do much of anything. I think we can put Pleasanton's cab over there. We'd put DeCourcy over here. I mean, this is what the terrain looks like. It's pretty wild.
We'll get through this, girl.
Almost certain he's talking to a horse there. Okay, so we can move you there. Yeah, we got artillery lining tire area here. Should be fine.
Time now, men.
Is waiting the worst.
Check your weapons. Did you see that? Time now, men.
Did you see that over yonder? Yeah. All right, we'll move you all up here.
Check your weapons.
Speed it up a bit. I'm really surprised they did not pull out during the evening. It seemed like the move to make before, right, things go really poorly. I'm confused. All right, so now they're realizing it. All right, we have to attack. I don't know where your scrims are, but we can't. Yeah, if we can't get you off your horses dismounted there, we're gonna move you. Looks like we might want to hold this part because it's a sharp drop off after that. All right, if they're gonna come out there, we're gonna move you up. Move you up. We'll, I guess, try to find you a better vantage point there. Maybe? With the manpower advantage we have, we don't have to worry about playing super optimally. We'll send Pleasanton in to see what's what. And we should be able to just, once again, hopefully enjoy the optics.
We'll see the elephant.
What that is, I guess that's the entry marker. Yeah, I'm seeing it through the hill. It's like the edge of the map marker that shows you the Confederates can come in there.
Keep calm, boys. Soon enough, we'll see the elephant.
Make sure the casings are full. Did we actually put out skirmishers? It says we did. I believe it more now. Certainly, those regiments are large enough too. About to walk right out of these boots.
Watch those flanks, Sergeant. Keep them clean. Anytime now, man. The commander. Keep calm, boys. Anytime now. Check your weapons. Keep them clean. Keep calm, boys. Just shoot and move.
What are they up to? What are they trying to do here? There's nothing to it. I think I'm gonna put you on pause until they actually get a real attack going. We've
Calm, boys.
deployed our defense. I'm happy enough with it. Probably not the artillery positioning. Looks like we're gonna get a bit caught up on friendlies. Was hoping we would see them coming out here or maybe on the road over here. Maybe the ridge to do that is here. No. I liked hearing that in stereo.
Keep calm, boys. Soon enough, we'll see the elephant.
So that push, yeah, very little happened there. Yeah. If you can't tell what happened, I thought I unpaused you and I didn't. So you missed about 5 minutes of the CSA came out because they left this point open. They had to attack. They gave a half-hearted attack, and we were ready for them. And now they've just been running. Yeah, they've just been running backwards. So it has not gone well for them at all. I am surprised that they left this road open on. Gonna try to make them pay a bit for that. A lot of troops here that have not yet broke, or maybe won't break. I guess we'll see. Horsey, yeah, he'll come up there. That's fine. Mansfield, all right, he has a brigade, so let's move his brigade up. See, there are others. Let's just move them up too. Brook. Try to knock them down. A's, we're gonna move through here. Morella's here. We're gonna try to push through. And so they can easily pull out. So you at least get to see the end of it, but honestly, as competitive battles go, it wasn't that great. It was too bad. It looked kind of cool. But all that pausing and unpausing to try to keep you from not being bored out of your skull comes with consequences, and that, unfortunately, is one of them I've done a lot. We are getting there. Oh, they snuck some cab down here. They're not too bad. They're actually kind of bad. They did have a little bit of a tough fight earlier. Somebody had to go in first, and it ended up being Cameron. Alright, you guys have enjoyed shooting us as we walk by, so... John B. Hood. Are these guys going to try to break out, or maybe they just break up? Yeah, and they broke. I believe it. John B. Hood's in the same category. Gladden, we're going to try to get him. Bratton, I guess, can just run off the edge of the map. That seems silly. Yeah, what's the point of controlling roads and entry and exit points if you can just run to the map edge and say, we're safe here. Alright, there goes Gladden. And I think with the amount of time I see left on the clock, not that much. We'll just go ahead and fast forward, and then we'll head on out of here. All right. The heck is this battle taking place? Jefferson City, Missouri. Okay. Man, that looks lopsided. All right. What's the news here? 213 killed of them, 126 killed of us. Yeah, I mean it was a small engagement. The grand scheme of this campaign, yeah, it was a very small engagement. Jefferson City, that's right. It was up here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we need to send those guys packing. Get them off our back. I hope this isn't real. If it is, it's such a pain. I'm going to have to turn these divisions around in winter. And then try to knock them back, but I'm probably going to have to do that. Oh boy. I really got to see, why is it still CCC minus? We got to be just about done with confiscation. Yeah, 0.2 days. All right, so yeah, we are just about done. I still think credit rating is our biggest obstacle. If I wanted to recruit... Whoa. Let's take a look at that. If I wanted to recruit men, and I don't, I'd have 88,000 volunteers, more than enough for the time being, and more should be coming along. So that tells me continue on the economic front. The question is what to do on the economic front. We can go after our own wealth. Well, you know, it's higher than theirs. Go after our own wealth for some money. I don't think I like that as much. I think if we're going to do... We already have Government 3. I think we just do Bank Act 1. Right? It's going to give the automatic improvement to the credit rating. Gives Treasury 120 million a year. Yeah, we lose support by 5, but I think we're doing okay on that front. And you know, with the extra money, we could probably buy back support, some support, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I'm good with that, and maybe that's the place where we call it an episode here. So we have Gerard there. Curtis is okay. We're gonna give Gibbs a chance to rest and refit. I just don't know if it's worth it to send somebody to defend that supply depot. Kind of want to. Burns here, since he's on his own, we can put him in scouting. That's fine. Back east, they want Richmond. They can... Whoa. They want more than Richmond. They're getting greedy here. They're sending Wharton, Division of the Potomac. They didn't bother to retake Richmond, though. That's a little odd. They somehow managed to get Stribling through. Little do they know, Judson Kilpatrick is here. He's going to race over to try to deal with that. And maybe this is one we have for the next episode, or maybe we're just going to have to run. I don't know what we're going to be forced to do, but I think we're about to find out. Yeah. So this is one we can load into. It feels like we have a pretty good shot. Especially after the first batch of reinforcements, and definitely after the second. Fredericksburg map. Well, we'll see if we get the Fredericksburg map. It's a good map. As long as you don't play it like the historical Fredericksburg. It's got an interesting mix of, forested areas, inhabited areas, some fields, some fences, river. It's got it all. It's not to like. Yeah, I'm a little surprised they're making this attack, and given that the episode's gone over an hour, could have gone longer. Just doesn't feel like one we're going to keep you in for. Oh, the wilderness map. Well, there's a lot of room to deploy, but not too much to do with it all. So that's that. Do we have anybody up here? Just the just Innes Palmer. He doesn't want to alt click down here. Okay, he does. We hit play with that. It's already late in the evening here in the map. So, or late afternoon, about to be the evening. So that's where the next one will begin. We'll get through this map and hopefully get on to some better ones.